Oh, he's back. He's got a vase and a VB. And a small container of brown chalk dust.
I got the vase in the divorce.
Yeah, it's been an interesting COVID, hasn't it?
Fucking hell, man. Fuck, some shit has changed, dude.
Where are the kids?
Yeah, we've got a new studio. We've got a new studio. We've got no kids. There's a lot's fucking changed, man.
We're getting our own drinks, which is fucked.
Yeah, that's fucked. We've got no more slaves to fucking boss around anymore. Maybe that's why we don't have a slave anymore, because we had a slave and bossed it around.
Potentially.
And I just referred to the slave as an it, too. That was very dehumanizing of me.
But he's one of us.
Well, yeah. You know, fucking, we're all human, mate. We're all human. I'm looking for that. There it is. I found it. It's all good. It's all good.
Top for your vase, I think.
Fucking. So you're out of lockdown.
Yeah, I'm good to go.
You went to the pub last week. This week.
Last
week.
No. So last Wednesday I was allowed back in venues. I went and had a beer with a mate on Wednesday Arvo, just the one. And then Friday and Saturday I had just the one repeated several times.
So you only had the first one out?
On Wednesday, yeah, well it was, I don't normally do school nights.
I didn't until fucking lockdown.
Why, what changed in lockdown for you?
I got my own place.
Grew up, moved out of home.
Moved out of home. Well, no, the missus moved up. She grew up and moved out of home. She took the children with her. No, we're still very good friends. She's beautiful. I love her. Love you, Jess.
So what else have you been doing during lockdown?
Podcast, listening to we haven't fucking, you and I haven't done anything.
Funnily enough,
podcast-wise.
I got a Facebook memory today that was from this exact day last year.
What did we do?
Just said we're going on annual leave.
Was this our last show
I think we recorded.
No, we don't. When did we do?
We recorded the Doties and Spenny.
Was that in October? That was in fucking December. We did that.
Well, the post today said we're going on annual leave.
Yeah, was that from a year ago, or was that from when fucking?
It was a year ago today. Was it?
Are you sure it wasn't from when you and I were on Port Stephens FM?
We didn't take photos of Sid Shed at Port Stephens FM.
Who the fuck posted that? I didn't post that.
The page did, and I shared it.
Oh, fuck, I don't know. Pardon me. I got no idea. I don't remember that.
You've been too busy reading divorce papers. You wouldn't know that.
I just smoke. I'm not getting divorced. I just smoke a lot of pot. And then the divorce will be subsequent to that.
I think lockdown turned quite a few people into a bit more of a regular gardener.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I'm certainly no exception to that rule. Cause,
fuck yeah, man. You and I have had a few good sessions over lockdown.
Yeah, safety after I was double vaxxed, of course. But yeah, certainly a bunch of people who maybe weren't so much agreed with them turned into such, which was nice.
I decided not to because it was wintertime and I'm not very good at growing shit. I mean, the few times I tried to grow the odd tomato plant, they all turned out to be fucking either male or they'd get to the size of my fucking shin. And that'd be it, you know. There'd be nothing. And I'd be able to like fucking, I might get like 2 or 3 tomatoes off it. Not many. It's fucked.
Surely it's easier just to buy your tomatoes.
Well, yeah, that's exactly what I end up doing. That's why I don't grow my own tomatoes. I go to the local grocer and get my tomatoes fresh.
Quick question on tomatoes, right?
Yeah.
If you were to have your own tomato bush and over a 12-month period, how much worth of tomatoes do you think that would give you?
It's just one
bush and however much that grows. I don't know.
Oh fuck, dude. Yeah, no. That I mean, depending on how you take. This is what I was trying to explain, right? Depending on how you take care of your tomato plant.
Yeah.
I didn't know this. There's a fucking science to it, man. And I'm not. I'm what the French call retarded.
Yeah.
So I can't really grow anything. I can't even grow my kids properly. They've gone, you know. Yeah. Like if you grow it and you grow a decent strain, I mean, you can yield a couple of pounds off a couple of pounds of tomatoes.
Yeah.
You know, off a decent vine.
What would a couple of pounds of tomatoes normally cost you at, say, the local fruitery?
All right. Well, a pound, from what I hear, a pound of tomatoes.
Yeah.
You know, apparently costs, I think, around $4,000 to $5,000. I think.
Yeah. Right.
I think so. Divide that up into ounces of tomatoes.
Yeah.
And then I'd be able to figure out how long that would last me. I guess how many tomatoes I'd need for a 12-month period.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, I guess I could figure it out now. I mean,
We've got a tomato calculator here, or maybe some.
Use your phone. You get a calculator.
Tomato scales.
No, I need batteries. But no, if I can, like, I probably eat a half an ounce of tomatoes a week. Right?
Yeah, right.
So that's 24 ounces of tomatoes a year.
Yeah.
Approximately.
Yeah.
However, sometimes I'll splurge and I will eat the fuck out of a bag of tomatoes, man. And that'll be gone. Yeah, make a lot of salads, you know?
Yeah.
And so it's depending. All depends. But I guess I'd average out to be, if I was to average out my tomato intake when it comes to fucking weight, 30, I reckon 30 odd ounces of tomatoes a year would do me. How many ounces, get your Siri up there, how many ounces are in a pound? Oh, what's your glass? If you break my fucking Metallica glass, I will stab you in the face with it.
That's rude.
I won't do it, mate. You know I won't do it. I'm all bark.
How
bite.
How many ounces in a pound?
How many ounces in a pound? Yeah.
16.
So I go through about 2 pounds a year. So fucking yeah, man. If you took care of a plant, a tomato plant, right?
Yeah.
And if you took care of a tomato plant well, and you could easily get a year's worth. However, in saying that, your produce is going to the quality is going to lessen over that period, you know. So you want to probably sell some of your tomatoes.
Yeah.
On the side of the road, the little stands on the side of the road. Tomatoes,
you normally put it in a
half ounce tomatoes, $150, you know.
You just lean that side against the wheel of your trailer on the side of the road. Sorted.
Yeah, man. So look, if you were to take care of a good tomato plant, you'd get. And I mean, someone like you're not a big tomato. I mean, you like your tomatoes. I know you like them, but you don't.
Yeah.
I love tomatoes. I eat a lot of tomatoes.
Maybe every second or third burger, I'll chuck a tomato on.
So, yeah, I'm greedy. I'm greedy. I'll have a tomato. Fuck, man, from breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yeah. So as you know, I only prefer tomatoes cooked.
Yeah, you do. I like mine to just help me cope with every day, with the loneliness, the sadness, the depression, the anxiety.
Well, let's move on. And I'm really glad that we had I was hoping we'd have a tie-in because that conversation tied into our first official sponsor for the year, RottenTomatoes.com. Hey, go to RottenTomatoes.com. Films, we've seen them. So did you find that you took advantage of the 13,000 streaming services while the movies were closed?
No, not really. Like YouTube. I got a YouTube premium account. I mean, I've had that for a while, though, on and off it.
Which has some weird content, we learned.
Fuck it, that was so weird. I wonder if we can do it on the... I'll see if we can do it on the computer in a minute. But yeah, fucking, that was so weird, man. Like trying to look up Black Pumas. By the way, Black Pumas, fucking, I discovered those in lockdown, man. What a fucking, that band in lockdown. What a fucking band, man. Holy shit.
Hell of a voice.
Hell of a voice. And that guitar player, holy cow. You know, they're fucking something I didn't think I'd be sort of that into. I mean, I've always appreciated sort of, bluesy funk kind of music, but I've never fucking bothered listening to a full album or going into a band, fucking watching their live stuff and all that sort of shit.
You did take to it pretty hard. It's not normally your thing. Nowadays you seem to favour the punk stuff more than anything else, but that was definitely a good band. Fucking
oath. And that got me onto the Teskey brothers that you knew about, which was fucking, that was a nice little delight as well.
What a voice.
Oh, yeah, man. Yeah. Handsome fellas as well. Yeah. Handsome fellas.
Yeah. Would do a root at them.
Oh, would do a fuck at both of them, man, and the four of them, I should say. I was thinking of the Black Pumas because I'd fuck those two as well. All good looking men. And the chicks, I mean, they can sing.
But have they got cocks?
I hope so. I fucking hope so. It wouldn't be 2021 if there wasn't a chick without a cock, right?
Hey, to each their own.
I don't know. I mean, if they wouldn't be given fuck. That's an elected surgery, isn't it? Fucking sex change.
I don't think it's forced on you, no.
No, but what I mean is like people who want to transition at the moment or over the last 2 years or whatever in Australia wouldn't have been able to because it's an elective surgery.
That's true, yeah.
Is that right? Is it an elective surgery still?
I've never looked into it, mate.
I'm just curious. It just got me thinking. I mean, you and I had a few tomatoes earlier, so I'm starting to think about that the weird part of YouTube, you know?
Yeah. Where apparently you search Black Pumas, accidentally type in black pussies and
was funny.
And get just that on YouTube.
Couldn't believe it. I mean, there are videos. Look it up yourself, guys. Look up black pussies on YouTube, go to your search bar, type in black pussies, and you'll see videos of Lenny,
Yep.
black pussies.
Just that.
Just black pussies. And in weird, I mean, some of them are like chicks having orgasms. Some of them
Some were just Brazilian waxes.
Yeah, and some were like fucking like exams,
Yeah.
like pelvic exams and shit.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
what the fuck? And I get that if you're like,
If you're a doctor.
yeah, for sure. Like I understand that sort of stuff, but it was weird when there was sex stuff on there. You know, like
The thing about even
pornography.
even if it's for learning purposes, I remember having to buy books to study, let alone study people's vaginas. You would think it would not be on YouTube, but you know, I'm glad it's there.
It's funny that you can look at a big gaping black cunt on YouTube, but you can't say certain fucking things. It's hilarious.
Yeah, people are dickheads.
It's crazy.
Censorship is nuts. It's funny. We talk about movies. I watch more movies, I reckon, than ever in my life over lockdown, purely out of, I guess,
You have been watching a few.
necessity. I watched Joker. I'm only a few years behind on that.
Good movie, eh?
I watched.
Did you like it?
I did. I watched.
What did you think of the social commentary of Joker, Leonard?
I just had a big tomato sandwich before I watched it.
Good boy.
I enjoyed. Joaquin Phoenix is fantastic in my mind.
Great. Always has been. 8mm, forget about it.
I do
What a
think.
fucking movie.
I didn't take a huge amount from it, but I did read a lot of feedback saying that it was like glorifying violence.
Yeah.
You know, as the media does.
They do.
Well, what did you take from it?
Nothing. I just thought it was a fucking great movie. I thought it was a good way to. 'Cause I mean, I've always enjoyed the Batman story, and I think giving Joker. I'm coming from a bit of more of a nerd point of view here than you. But like giving Joker that sort of fuck this fucking microphone thing, Christ on, it looks good, but it's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
I think giving Joker the backstory that they did and why he turned out to be such a fucking sociopath. It's. I thought that was awesome. I think Todd Phillips, wasn't it?
Yeah.
He fucking. I think he's done a great job at telling that story. I have no idea if they've adapted a story from the comics or.
I mean, there's a lot of good insights about, I guess you could call it the failing mental health system.
Oh, yeah, that was a fucking big fucking. Oh, look at us!
Pretty blatant.
This is the message. Look at it.
I'm trying to think of what else I've really watched. I mean, I watched Role Models another 38 times.
I haven't really rewatched anything, man. Like I've been watching new stuff. But true crime has been my jam for the last 2 fucking years.
Well, we've discussed this. We've been watching both a lot of, Joe Can't Swim.
Laugh out loud.
Love it.
No,
That's Dave's Lemonade.
yeah, you got JCS, and then you got Dave's Lemon. Shout out to Dave's fucking Lemonade, man. What a channel! What a channel!
It's got a lot of my fucking time sorted out, thankfully, because
So good. So,
I mean,
for any people who don't know, Dave's Lemonade, he gets the full uncut episodes of the old To Catch a Predator with Chris Hansen, and the screen grabs of the chats between the pedophiles and they call it?
The mole,
The mole.
the bait.
the fucking the jailbait.
What do they call it?
The
Plant.
No, they do call it something.
The plant.
No, it's not a plant. It's a fucking
Decoy.
decoy.
Yeah,
Decoy. There we go. Yeah. So he posts the conversations about the decoy has with the pedophiles, and then he comments on the whole fucking experience that the pedophile has with Chris Hansen, and Lenny and I have gotten fucking hundreds of hours of fucking entertainment out of that shit.
Very enjoyable watching
Fucking
people
awesome.
get sprung doing something.
Laugh out loud.
Watching people get sprung doing something pretty rotten is pretty funny.
Hey baby, have you ever had a dick in your face?
Perhaps I teach you.
Laugh out loud.
Let's go back to the start, because you mentioned Alien. Now that actually, look, we're fucking on a roll today. Alien ties into one of our other sponsors for this week. Stu and Mo's UFOs. Flying saucers. We've seen them.
Believe it or not. Holy fuck! Where's this shit coming from? That's good. I like that. This is actually pretty. These are good tomatoes, to be honest. Like they inspire me to do
I
things,
had that big sandwich and I went, fuck, I could go and talk for a bit now, I reckon.
bro. Exactly. I had a massive fucking sandwich, big salad, had the big salad. I went to fucking Tom's restaurant.
Yeah.
And got the big salad, right? Full of fucking tomatoes.
And then you did some terrible dancing today. I'm starting to see a lot of connections.
Well, you know what I did before that? I went through and I cleaned the entire fucking house. I mowed the lawn, man. I haven't mowed the lawn in years. I don't mow.
So you revisited, you didn't revisit any movies. We'll listen to Velvet Revolver.
No, I did. Look, I kind of did. I tried. I tried to watch a few.
No, you didn't.
Shut up and let me finish. All right. So, Scream. The new Scream is coming out.
Yes.
And I love Scream. Scream is a movie I will rewatch over. The whole franchise I'll watch over and over and over again. Always have. So when the new trailer came out for Scream, I went on a big fucking Scream binge 2 weeks ago and just fucking watched the shit out of Scream 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yeah. Love them. Love those fucking movies. So that's probably the only revisit I did was the Scream movies.
And what about music? Because we were listening to Velvet Revolver before.
Yeah, look, I found myself today, and you won't appreciate this at all, but I found myself today, I listened to fucking...
You gotta say Alice Cooper.
No, 2.5 Slayer albums.
Oh, yeah.
I listened to Rain and Blood.
What's
the next one? South of Heaven or the
South Heaven's one of them.
Yeah, it's either that one or the other one.
I don't know the order.
And then I listened to fucking Christ Illusion, which is a fucking good album. I like that album.
What's it sound like?
1, 2, yelly, yelly.
Oh, okay, yeah, so it's a Slayer album.
Pretty much, man. Yeah. And Dave Lombardo does it really fast.
The problem is he's fucking very good.
Fucking great drummer. You're pretty biased. I mean, I know why you like him.
Why is that?
Mike Patton and him do a suck at each other. Mr. Bungbum.
No, and
Mr. Bumblefoot.
And also, also Dead Cross. Thank you very much.
That's right. Yeah, I forgot about that. So I'm not on the socials anymore, mate. I keep forgetting about these fucking.
But you found some new stuff?
Yeah. Well, Black Pumas, like I said. Yeah. Not new, but I got more into Against Me. I'm really appreciating them. I fucking dig their music.
Yeah. They're great live too.
And I mean, when you and I come around and eat tomatoes, fucking there's you and I get into the punk, the acoustic versions of punk songs quite a bit, and so that's been a big thing of mine. Trying to find the acoustic versions like Menzingers and Alkaline Trio.
I've been frothing the Menzingers the last couple of
good
weeks.
band. I'm still fucking into Alkaline Trio. I love them heaps. They're my new Bad Religion at the moment, I think.
Because you were massive on Bad Religion.
I still love them. They're fucking such a good fucking band. I think what's his name? Brian fucking Professor. What's his name? He's fucking
Gerowitz or whatever it is.
Gaffigan.
There's two of them.
Jerry.
Yeah. Jerry Rafferty. Yeah.
Whatever his fucking name is. I don't know, man. But yeah, like fuck. I think he's got a fucking terrific voice. But I like the punk voice. I remember you and I had a conversation ages ago about Jay Wally, and I was telling you how much I really fucking like his voice, and you weren't being sold on it at all. Like you had like an appreciation for his voice, but
I think it's perfect for what it is. But
I think he's actually got a good voice. That's what I'm saying. Like I think he can sing.
Funnily enough, I never would have expected to massively froth him acoustically.
So good.
Until seeing it.
So good, man.
It's actually pretty good.
Fucking oath it is.
But my argument was always that...
With little hands.
Like a lot of people, just the tone was a bit off. Like, it's why people don't like the Protest the Hero singer. They reckon his tone is just annoying.
Really? Oh, yeah, I can see that. I used to think the same thing, actually.
You're too nasally.
Yeah. Well, I used to think the same thing about Ozzy Osbourne and Axl Rose when I was a kid. Even though I liked them, I sort of thought people could find this annoying quite easily, you know?
I remember someone said after Guns N' Roses got signed, record labels were just signing anyone who sounded like the drowned cat. Like basically that screeching cat was the Axl Rose's voice apparently. I don't find it near as annoying as someone like... I mean, Ozzy's voice is like, I like his voice, but he doesn't have a good voice. You know, like people say he's got and when he tries to do like ballady shit, it's always sounded terrible. Yeah.
It's all right. I like that song, but I think I like it more because GNR covered it, and I heard that when I was like 15.
Which song?
It's all right. You know, from Live Era.
Yeah.
And I mean, Technical Ecstasy, the Sabbath album, it's a different album for them. I doubt you would have.
Don't fucking know.
It still fucking weirds me out that you don't like Black Sabbath and Alice Cooper and things like that.
Alice Cooper just isn't good.
Oh, fuck off. How do you not think that, honestly?
Because it's boring. It's boring.
Do you like Rush?
Not overly.
They're not boring.
I respect them. They're incredibly talented.
Alice Cooper was pretty fucking. There's no one else doing that when it started though. So how is that boring though? Like, what's boring? Tell me what's boring.
Nothing about it grabs me.
It's fucking crazy. Even when you're a kid, like the spectacle of his show, like I mean, you loved Wayne's World as well. You still love Wayne's World.
I like Feed My Frankenstein. That's literally it.
Is that because of Wayne's World though, do you reckon?
Probably.
Yeah. And you reckon if any other Alice Cooper song was played in that movie, you'd probably like that song instead?
Well, I don't like Foxy Lady.
In all fairness, Foxy Lady isn't a very good song.
That's right. So I don't think the Wayne's World connection is the be all and end all.
But Frankenstein isn't a very good Alice Cooper song either. I don't like that song particularly. It's not a big song of mine. I don't like it. It was a good song.
It's single-handedly the best Alice
It's a fun
Cooper
song. So that whole album isn't great either. There's a few good songs on it, and Slash is on that album.
Let's play it.
Ozzy's on the album. I think we can, man. We'll get pulled for
We haven't got
copyright.
to release it. Let's just play it.
But it's fucking like I don't know. It's weird that you don't like that sort of music, and it's weird that you don't like the Angels as well. It's so odd. It's so odd.
Boring.
But you love rock and roll, and you like old school kind of traditional sounding rock. Like even the newer bands that you like sound kind of traditional hard rock.
Yeah,
you know?
And that's fine. Doesn't mean any band doing that style is good.
It's just weird that you didn't come from that. You know what I mean? Like normally when people are into newer bands that sound like that, like for instance, when I listen to I'm going back a long fucking time now, but at the time they were new, Beautiful Creatures. You know?
Yeah.
I thought they were fucking great, but I was familiar with that sound because I'd listened to Guns N' Roses and AC/DC and fucking whoever else, you know. Like, but you, on the other hand, you listen to fucking I don't know. Give me a new band.
Sam Coffey and the Iron Lungs.
Yeah, Johnny Farnham
and the Pacemakers.
and the Pacemakers. You know what I mean? Like you didn't start at that point when people normally do with Alice Cooper and fucking Ozzy and whatever else.
No, I started on like Bon Jovi and Ugly Kid Joe.
Yeah, I know. Which is, and you told me that tonight, man. Which is kind of which blew my mind a bit. It's weird. I thought you were into the rock, metal, punk sort of shit.
No, I grew up
younger.
I grew up in a country household for the most part.
No, so did I, and I knew you did. But
Yeah.
I thought that you had sort of branched off at a younger age when you heard like Ugly Kid Joe, for instance.
So I really liked. Obviously, I liked Cats in the Cradle. So that was the song I knew off the. I liked the rock. I started liking the rock songs I was hearing on the radio. So I heard "Keep the Faith" by Bon Jovi.
That was huge. That was a good song. Yeah.
Cats in the Cradle by Ugly Kid Joe, whatever, you know. So then the first like few rock albums I owned were bought for me, and it was America's Least Wanted. AC/DC Live, that sweet double disc that they have.
That was a good live album.
That was very good.
Fucking oath it is.
And Keep the Faith. Still got them all. They still all rule.
You still got the original CDs?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, man. That's awesome.
And when I started to buy my own, I was buying like Alanis Morissette because I heard those rockier songs on the radio.
Jagged Little Pill.
It's fantastic.
One of the greatest fucking albums of all time. I don't give a fuck. Good album.
No,
good
album. It's very good. Very good.
The whole album was fucking great. And when it was like a few years later, I found out that Flea was the fucking bass player on that. I was like, holy shit.
And Dave Navarro played most of the guitar as well.
That's right. Yeah.
He was in Chili Peppers at the time.
Was that at that point, was it?
It was like 94, 95.
Yeah, fuck yeah. That's right. And then then just after that or around that time, he joined GNR for about fucking 5 minutes.
Did he?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever known that.
Dave Navarro, I don't know if he got a credit or he had something to do with Oh My God when they released it on the End of Days soundtrack.
Yeah, right.
But he was in the band around that time. So it was like Pittman and I don't think Robin had been in the band at all at that point. I think Navarro was in there before Robin was fucking.
Yeah, right.
No one's going to care about this except for fucking like four people who like Guns N'
Well,
Roses.
it's funny that you mentioned like Navarro because I'm saying Navarro was in that Jagged Little Pill lineup as well. And the drummer was Taylor Hawkins from who went on to be in Foo Fighters.
Was it really? No way.
So the band for that album was
Supergroup.
Supergroup, essentially. Yeah,
Fuck me. That's crazy. I didn't know that.
And it was when the Chili Peppers were like on their downswing after Blood Sugar Sex Magic, but before Californication.
Were they on a bit of a fucking downer? Well, I didn't know that.
One Hot Minute wasn't overly well.
That was a good album. That had fucking
Yeah,
what was that? That had a big hit on it.
The two big singles I think were My Friends and Aeroplane and My Friends.
My Friends is a fucking top song. Aeroplane was great too, but fucking My Friends that was a huge song.
Yeah, it was.
Nice. I had no idea that album was a flop.
Well, yeah, because it didn't really have.
Blood Sugar Sex Magic is a fucking great album. It's a fucking...
I think because My Friends was like the biggest hit, but it was like hardly a massive hit like, say, Under the Bridge or whatever. And then they had that bit of a downward spiral where John Frusciante left, Navarro joined, they released that album. Then Navarro left again and Frusciante came back, and that's when, in 99, they fucking went massive again with Californication.
That was huge. I didn't like that album.
I think some songs are great.
But you said something to me earlier. You're like, fucking... It's because you just fucking go against the fucking grain or whatever the fuck you said. And honestly, at that point, I reckon that had a lot to do with it because that album was so huge and it sounded very different to what I was used to with Chili Peppers. And I was a fan of Chili Peppers before that. Me and my friend Michael, we used to listen to fucking... what was Soul to Squeeze on? What was that? That was a fucking...
That was on a Conehead soundtrack.
That was on an album, wasn't it?
Soul to Squeeze, no.
I had a What Hits album.
So it
called.
It would have been on that, yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking, so when Californication came out, it sounded different to what I was used to. I was listening like Catholic Schoolgirls. That was a top song. Yeah? And then Californication was slower and a bit more fucking, it sounded a bit more commercial, to what I was used to with them. And everybody jumped on board and loved that fucking album. I was like, fucking posers. I liked them before they were cool, but after they were fucking cool.
And look, I'm not as bad as you are, but I certainly avoid things if there's massive hype around them. Like
System of a Down, perfect example for me.
Yeah, right.
Hated them.
The newest one for me is Gang of Youth. Like I got into them like maybe 12 months after that last album came out, and I love it. But I never listened to a song because they were the Triple J's biggest thing at the time, and I went, not going to want to hear it.
Yeah. So I'm glad I didn't do that back in 1994 when Dennis Leary done the one asshole. Won the fucking hottest 100. Yeah.
One of the great songs.
That fucking man. I'm very disheartened. Like, I've known this for a couple of years now, but it's starting to sink in because I've been watching more and more like online YouTube documentaries on fucking comedians. Essentially, Dennis Leary, man, I was a huge fan when I was a kid.
He's a thief, isn't he?
Fucking dude, it's awful. Like. I knew I'd heard the rumors about him just lifting essentially a fucking Bill Hicks's bit on drugs and fucking cigarettes. Yeah, I'll fight you. Yeah, fucking. So I sort of knew that there was and I mean they sort of chalk it up to the lateral thinking thing, but it's pretty fucking the fact that Leary was around the same time as Hicks, and they were doing the same clubs and whatever, and it was pretty obvious that Leary had fucking taken it. The other thing I didn't know, though, was he also, the whole arsehole thing, he didn't come up with that. That's an old Louis C.K. bit.
Don't ruin it for me.
How's that? Seriously, yeah. I'll find there's a clip of Louis C.K. talking about this on the old Opie and Anthony show, I think, from fucking years ago. And he talks about how fucking him and... Louis used to do this bit. I'm going to butcher this, but Louis used to do this bit fucking about how he's an asshole and fucking how it'd be easy to be a fucking asshole or whatever. Leary fucking heard it and then done the bit. So do you mind if I just add to it? Yeah, so he did. Took it and then fucking wrote the song and became fucking Mr. fucking Leary. Huge. And then he became Spider-Man's fucking wife's or fucking dad.
What?
He's in the Amazing Spider-Man.
Is he?
Yeah, he's the copper.
He's in Ice Age too.
Yeah, Diego.
But do you think when is this? 80s?
He started in the 80s, but he didn't get big until like 93. No Cure for Cancer came out in 93, 92, 93, something like that.
So think about if you live on one side of a country in the 80s, shit isn't filmed, people aren't filming it. There's a good chance you could move to the other side of the country and just start doing that same shit.
And that's what they did. That's what apparently. I mean, I'd been to America once for 5 minutes, but apparently that was the fucking thing. That was like a lot of comics would move from West Coast to East Coast and just with lifted bits that they'd seen on the other side that would never filmed or anything. And
no one's going to know unless they also unless they travel with you.
Exactly. And you know what, man? Like when you think about it, there would have been so many fucking bands that would have done that as well. How many bands would have heard a fucking great song in New York and then they've relocated to Los Angeles to try and fucking make it, and they've just blatantly stolen that song and it's been a fucking hit,
Well, it's crazy. I was looking into this recently. Metallica covered it, so you would know the song Turn the Page. Yeah. Bob Seger wrote it.
Yeah.
And that was like, I'm going to butcher these years here, but let's just say it was 74, right? It might not have been. John English had that same song go to number 1 in Australia like 4 years later. So it'd be like fucking someone covering a hit from 4 years ago and making it your own.
Yeah.
But at the time, this is the 70s, it wasn't here. No one knew it.
But that back then though, like the other day, I found out Joe Pesci, the actor, fucking Leo Getz, he was a singer. Yeah, he released an album in the.
Oh, he did. Shut up, your face.
He released an album. You're like, I'm funny. He released an album in the '60s of all covers of like popular songs of the time.
Yeah, right.
So that was like a regular thing that people would do. They'd cover songs that were popular at that time and then release them themselves. Like, I don't know how it was okay and people thought it was cool, but
they would have paid for it, obviously. But like,
I know, but it's just weird that people weren't eager to try and make their own music.
Yeah, it blew my mind that the John English cover of Bob Seger wasn't 20 years later.
Man, well,
4.
It blew my mind when I found out that Johnny English's version wasn't the original version. I'd only ever, that was the fucking, when it came out, when Garage Inc. came out.
Yeah.
They're doing a fucking, you got an Australia band do it. Yeah, So we were all fucking excited about that.
Yeah.
And then like 3 years later, what? Oh.
John English, one of the great
disheartening.
One of the great Scotsmen, I believe.
Is he?
I think so, like Jimmy Barnes.
He was in the Pirates of the fucking. Is he fucking Barnsley's Scottish? Is he? I thought he was. No,
he's Scottish.
I don't know.
All these Aussie icons that like John Williamson,
Doc Neeson. He was Irish.
Yeah, there you go. Peter Sterling wasn't even born in New South Wales.
Yeah, no, he wasn't. He wasn't fucking Toowoomba, I think, wasn't he?
Dirty cane toad.
Dirty cane. Fucking we are fed lies, mate. We're fed fucking lies. That's just what's going on, If you want me to get into that, I will fucking get into that.
Get into what?
The lies, the deception.
From the who?
The government.
Government.
No, I'm not getting into it because I won't fucking stop and I'll sound like a fucking idiot. And I'll listen back to the episode and go, I'm not going to release it now because I sound like a fucking moron. Why'd you make me talk like that?
Because you're too easy to bait.
I am. I fucking know that. I bite way easy. That's why I got off fucking social media.
Righto. I'm just going to say that you're not allowed to talk about it.
That's cool. I'm going to get a beer. And I'll come back and talk about it.
Play a tune.
Play a tune?
Yeah, play a tune.
We were fucking, you know what? Yeah, that's not a bad idea. What do you want? Let's put on fucking, you want some, what do you want? Give me an idea.
Put on something local.
Yeah, of course. Well, fucking give me an idea.
I don't know. Put Wayward King.
Who are you in? Actually, what local bands have been fucking doing shit lately?
Put Bin Lids on.
Binnies? Yeah, fucking, all right. Well, they've got some new stuff out, don't they?
Yeah.
What do they got?
Well, speaking of...
Did I spell that right? I can't even see the screen. Oh, there we go. Is that them?
Yeah, that's them. Are you calling Taro a shooter?
Fucking bit of bin lids.
When was this recorded?
When was that recorded? What does it say? I can't see it. When would we release that?
September last year.
See, I know we're allowed to play this, so we can't get pulled if we play this. So I might as well just fucking
turn it up.
I can't yet, mate. We're still fucking talking shit. We're still talking, and I don't. It's gonna sound silly if we're talking and we're talking.
Yeah, true.
But it'll be a bit of a fucking. Oh fuck! I'm gonna get a beer anyway.
Mate who bought some land, and it cost him to 20 grand. Can't afford in a nice part of town. Gotta keep that mortgage down. Thinks he's ahead of the curve. Got a nice place in a shitty suburb. His place is state of the art. Shitty suburb, but he says it's a nice part. Thinks he's ahead of the curve. Got a nice place in a shitty suburb. His place is state of the art. Shitty suburb, but he says it's a nice part. Doesn't take a genius to see. Somerset Park is just West Woodbury. You may have got it cheap, my friend, but there's no nice part of West Wallsend. Thinks he's ahead of the curve. Got a nice place in a shitty suburb. His place is state of the art. Shitty suburb, a nice part. This place is head of the curb. Got a nice place in a shitty suburb. This place is state of the art. Got a nice place, but he thinks it's a nice part. There's no nice part of Taro. Living out here is quite a tether. There's no nice part of Mayfield. We can't all live in merry weather. Thinks he's ahead of the curve. Got a nice place in a shitty suburb. Supposed to stay the art. Shitty suburb, but he says it's a nice part. Thinks he's ahead of the curve. Got a nice place in a shitty suburb. Thinks he's ahead of the curve. Shitty suburb, but he says it's a nice part.
Got me beer, mate.
Good timing. Well, that shitty suburb by the Binleys recorded by us, for us.
That was a good day, man. That was a
was
good fucking day. I missed the shed. I missed fucking recording in the shed. That was a good time.
It was very fun.
Short time, but a good time.
Full credit to Sydney who runs.
Yeah,
that
man.
ship.
Fucking hats off to the whole Hyde family. Actually, they were good to us, man.
Some of the great executive producers.
Holy fuck!
But yeah,
But yeah, no, that was fucking man. Like that was awesome. I love doing it there.
So this has been a nice little what has been discussion. Let's talk about.
But I'm pretty happy with fucking the studio now, so to speak. It's pretty
I
clean.
like it.
I'm comfy. You know, we're gonna fucking we're in my lounge room now. Now that there's no children here, we can smoke cigarettes and eat tomatoes inside.
Yeah.
You know, so it's fucking great. Yeah, it's comfortable.
But we'll sort that out.
But I mean, you know, fucking. I don't know if we're gonna do have the bands in here like we did at the property.
But we are going to be doing bands again soon. We've got a couple of discussions lined up. Some old friends coming back, some new ones that we're going to make. So,
Who?
Old friends,
Who?
Super Heist.
Ah, fucking yeah, that's right. That's gonna be cool.
DW's going to have a chat with us. You and him can talk. The government.
So DW's coming on. That's gonna be great, man. He was cool last time we spoke to him. He was fucking, he's a good dude, lovely dude.
Great guy. It's very.
You know him a bit, don't you?
Oh, look, I've been probably annoying him since I was about 16. But,
Well, there you go.
when they released one of my favourites.
That's gonna be kind of cool for you, man. Like honestly, you're a fan of the band, and now you're sort of you're chatting with the.
That was the one last year that really kind of fucking got me hard, you know, like because Frank Turner was fantastic.
Yeah.
You know, the Binleys, Take the Mayframe, they're friends. That's always cool. But when it's someone that you've been listening to for 15 plus years, who it's like, fuck, it'd be like you doing
Frenzel.
Oh yeah,
Frenzel for me was like that. Like, and unfortunately, I was up my fucking tits when that happened. But
you're having a pretty good time.
oh fuck, yeah, it's great. Yeah, I wouldn't want to do over on that one, but but you know that was my big fucking. This is great. Like I'm interviewing these guys I've been listening to since I was fucking 12 years old. This is awesome.
I mean, for me, it'd be like talking to someone like fucking Spenny was great because that
was another one.
That's someone who I've spent a lot of time just watching.
I mean, how many times have I rewatched every episode of Kenny versus Spenny?
So many.
Dude,
it's got to be up there with
fucking-
friends for me in terms of
You and I
watches.
had a few tomatoes last week and fucking watched Kenny versus, or 2 weeks ago and watched Kenny versus fucking Spenny. I mean, it happens regularly. It's a good show. It's still a good show.
I would love to see some more come from it.
That'd be fucking great. But I mean, you're right. I mean, it would have been great if he was in studio with us, but it was cool enough that Spenny fucking had a chat with us on Zoom or whatever it was. And
We'll just think maybe if we revisit some plans from a few years ago, we might have him in the studio at some point.
yeah, that's right. We talked about that for a bit.
You spoke with them about it.
I did. I forgot about that. You and I were in talks of fucking having him out here for their Kenny versus Spenny live show.
Yeah.
Back when it was actually like it was a big deal just after they finished the TV series. That's right. I forgot all about that.
I have never forgotten because I watched you do that.
Wow, man, that's it. Yeah, fucking. That's what drugs do to you, kids. You lose your fucking memory.
And tomatoes.
And tomatoes as well. Yeah. Tomatoes and acid.
It's funny how much you laugh on these shows because you don't smile for photos.
Because I got a shit fucking smile. That's why I don't smile.
No,
I
you
hate.
don't. It's
I
a
go.
nice smile. Oh, that one's shit.
Hi.
But when you're genuinely smiling, it's great.
Look, yeah, I'll give you that. When I got a genuine smile, yeah. But when I'm, oi, smile, fuck you.
Chandler Big.
Yeah. Oi, smile, can't, fuck you. Get vaccinated, fuck you.
Not like you to be stubborn.
Yeah, man, I am definitely stubborn. It's 100%. I am.
You're right though. Fake smiles are shit. It's the Chandler,
fucked, yeah.
the Chandler Big of smiles. Ribs.
But the thing is, you can pull off a fake smile. Like when you're told to smile in a photo, you actually look decent. You get a nice, genuine looking smile.
I look like the fucking most well-fed homeless person in the world. like the people in my neighborhood.
I look like I'm trying to tell someone that I didn't just molest people. You know, like nah,
you do have that look.
nah.
Just like that. The door was open when I got there.
I didn't do a molest. I didn't do molest at them. There was no sex molest.
Just learn to fake smile, mate. Learn to fake smile.
Oh fuck, yeah, I can't, and that's why I can never be a fucking celebrity, mate, because I can't fake smile.
Look, let's finish on a bit of the sad news from the lockdown. Norm died.
Oh, that was awful.
So-
you and I have been speculating for a while,
We thought he was unwell.
dude. We said that. If we go through our chat, I reckon we said that back in like
Almost like he's got cancer.
2012 or some
like
shit.
5 years ago,
It was a
yeah.
long time ago, and because I was like, yeah, you got really skinny, you got really fat, then he got skinny again, and
Yeah.
then he looked just
His
weird.
hair was either super dark or just grey as fuck.
Yep, and thin.
Yeah.
So you and I have been saying for a while, and it was funny because we'd both look online trying to find some sort of speculation about
What's
his health.
up with Norm?
No, nothing.
Well, funny enough, the best, not the best thing because it's shit. It means I'll never hear a new Norm joke again, and I fucking hate that. But what has come from it is a lot of really cool videos of people telling Norm stories.
Yeah.
And there's a really good Artie Lang one about when Matthew Perry was on Saturday Night Live, and like he wants to do this thing called Matt Speak, like he does on Friends. He invented it, Matt Speak, and Norm goes, "What are you talking about?" And they showed him a clip, and Norm goes, "Talking about sarcasm." And then someone else goes, "No, dude, Matthew Perry's a genius." And then Norm goes, "Is he good at math or something?"
That was the one when Matthew Perry said that he basically invented sarcasm.
Yeah. No, he invented this thing called Matt Speak. Talking about sarcasm, it's been around forever.
Oh fuck! You know, I've never laughed at anyone mocking Matthew Perry before because I never really found a use to it. Because
love
I really
Matthew
liked
Perry.
his shit, but when I heard that story, I fucking lost it. It was so good, so good. Man. But yeah, but you're right, dude. It was fucking awful. Norm dying. I woke up and looked at my phone, text message from you from like 5:30 in the morning or some shit,
Yeah.
and all it said was, It wasn't even like fucking, oh man, this sucks, Norm's dead or something like that. It was fucking, oi, we were right about Norm. I think you may have wrote unfortunately after it.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. But it was funny the way you wrote it. It was hilarious. But yeah, like it was cool. And a lot of people giving their tributes, man. It's fucking excellent.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
The outpouring of love reminds me of that tragedy.
You and I were talking earlier, and it's given me a greater appreciation for Dave Letterman.
Yeah, man.
You know, fucking,
Because I was telling you,
yeah.
all this outpouring of love online, everyone's frothing to the social media, which is cool, you know. Norm's not going to read it, but whatever. And then Dave Letterman, who loved him.
It's like RIPing people on Facebook.
Yeah. Or writing on their Facebook wall for their birthday. Oh, righto.
We're taking a photo next to their fucking gravestone.
Hope the fucking 5G is good in hell. But yeah, fucking Letterman never did anything online and just went to like a basketball.
It'd be fucked if they replied, eh?
Oh, imagine if they miss your call and then they ring you back. Fuck, I hate scary movies. I'd kill myself on the spot.
You're not fucking good with them.
No,
Mate.
if I ring a fucking dead person, the next minute their phone started ringing me back, I'd go, oh well, that's it.
I'd be more concerned with the fact that why you're ringing a fucking dead person to begin with.
Oh, see who's got their number now.
This is
Well,
my Nen's
you know,
old number. What's going on?
Life goes on, evolution and all that.
Why'd you steal my Nen's number?
It's reincarnation, isn't it?
Of a phone, of a SIM
Yeah,
card.
When one contract dies, another one's born straight away.
Yeah, poor old Norm though. That was a fucking tragedy. That was a tragedy.
I'm just worried because they say it comes in threes, right?
Who's next?
We had McDonald, We had Proven.
Yeah.
If Ngunston is next, I'm going to be furious.
Yeah, man. Fucking, you're right. Or it could be fucking, what's his name from Cheers? No!
Yeah, I think that's
What's his name? Big
Norm. It was Norm.
Nah, his real fucking name.
Wayne Kramer.
He was on.
No,
No,
he sings for a band.
that sounded.
He sings for MC5.
That's right. Yeah. My Chemical 5. Good band. Good band.
It's gonna be just
Fuck,
not-
man. I guess, back to the music thing for 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Punk is probably the least thing I've been listening to over lockdown, honestly. I listen to a lot of it still, but I've been just going back to a lot of old, like metal and rock sort of stuff, like the Angels and Gunners especially, because I guess because of the...
Well, they've had new stuff coming out.
And that's probably got me a little bit hard for him again, yeah. Absurd. I think it's a good song, but it was better when it was Silkworms, in my opinion. The original version of it was
You
better.
also legitimately like My World as well.
I don't like it. I don't think it's that shit.
I could just imagine being some long-haired rock and roller in 91 getting both albums and just playing them in full. They're going, what the absolute fuck is this?
But I mean, in all fairness, the whole album, those albums were completely different to Appetite.
Yeah.
Like there weren't many Appetite-ish songs on that.
My World's completely different to the rest of Illusions.
Oh fuck yeah! My World was I don't know what the fuck he was thinking when that happened, but
Is it true? And obviously, you
Silkworms, Absurd is. I think when I first heard Silkworms in like 2001, that was like the My World of the new era of GNR.
Yeah.
It was weird. So the fact that they've actually released it as their comeback song, and then Hard School with the K.
Yeah, hard's cool.
All right. Fucking yeah, hard. Look, when you're fucking 16, or you know what? Fuck that. When you're 12, and you're graffitiing on your fucking school book, and you're fuck school, you're FUKSKOOL. Yeah, that's what you do. When you're nearly 60, right, and you've changed your fucking name of your song from Jackie Chan to Checkmate to fucking Hard School, at least spell it with a fucking CH, you old fat cunt. It's not hard. I love you, Axel, but you make some fucking weird decisions.
I
bro.
also love that the 2 new Guns N' Roses songs are 20 years old.
Oh, that shits me a bit. I like the new songs.
I saw someone say when Hard School came out, listen, they get slashed back and instantly the riffs again. He never wrote the cut.
Not at all. Well, people are now arguing about that fucking song because apparently there was a jam of a similar version of a riff that sounded kind of like that back in like 1993 or some shit.
Of course it was.
Yeah, so no, it's an original Slash and Duff song, and Gilby Clark was there too. Bilby, Bilby and Slaps,
And Dupes.
Bilby Slaps and Dupes did it with Alex Ross. with maths on drums.
Math serum.
Math Siri. Fucking hell, man. I don't know. I mean, I was fucking excited the day that Absurd came out because I had no clue that they were going to play a song that everyone hated when it came out. Like, when it never came out, it was only played like 3 times. And everyone that heard it fucking hated it other than me and like 3 other people.
Is it true that Axl Rose heard Dennis Leary playing that in 1984?
I heard that Axel heard fucking Bill Hicks doing it after Alex Jones took over his persona.
Alex Jones is Bill Hicks.
Sorry, that's what I meant. That's what I meant.
Well, look, we're going to log off because I'm going to go check out this conspiracy theory. But
What do you think about Sandy Hook, mate? Did it happen? Not getting into it. Not getting into
let's
it.
get Bill on the phone and ask him.
We should get fucking JD on the phone, mate. JD, is it JD? What's his name?
Jaden.
Jaden, yes. I'm stoned, dude.
Too many tomatoes.
Too many tomatoes.
Let's
Too
wrap
many
it there. Let's play a song. It's good to be back, and we're going to be back with guests. I feel like Sebastian Bach now. Just putting Bach into every...
You look like Sebastian Bach.
I look like modern day Sebastian Bach, yeah.
You should dye your hair blonde, though. Bleach fucking blonde. Savage animal! Savage animal!
That's a very good Sebastian Bach.
I nearly had a fight with that.
I know. About a cigarette?
No,
Was
about
it?
a bottle of wine.
Oh, that's right.
Bottle of wine. Me and
I
Chris
liked
Pittman
it.
opened a bottle of wine.
When I met him, he had very red teeth.
Oh, that was in Newcastle, wasn't it? Was that
No,
that
that was
night?
Sydney.
That was when in
Oh,
both
Sydney.
GNR. Yeah. When I went backstage in Newcastle, I think it was like a year later, or maybe 2 years later. His teeth were like he's like a vampire. They were fucking just like red, bro, red. And that was after he'd been to rehab and come back and got all sober and shit. And they were just fucking they were red. The cunt was blind. He's a fun dude. He's just a bit arrogant. I mean, so are you.
I mean, what's wrong with that?
But you're lovable, though. That's the thing. If you could sing, you would be the biggest cunt in the world, I reckon.
Fun fact, we watched Ryan Daly play last Saturday. And I said to a few mates, I said, could you imagine how fucking unbearable I'd be if I could do that? I said, I already get asked to not be a prick at karaoke and I can't sing. Imagine if I actually could. Imagine if people wanted to actually see me sing. I'd be making them wait 4 hours.
Oh, legit question. What are you going to do when every karaoke place decides to use a wireless microphone, buddy? What will be your new move? Are you gonna adopt some Axl Rose moves, or are you gonna?
So let me just say that some already have.
Ooh, how are you dealing with that?
I don't mind throwing it from one hand to the other.
Ooh, nice.
Or there's been a couple of times where I've just thrown it into the air,
bro,
and made it flip heaps.
Holy cow!
And if I catch it properly, I
catch it properly, I like that.
But if I catch it backwards, I've got to spin my hand around, sing to the bottom of my hand.
Yes.
So I normally do it in little parts where I can throw it and catch it right at the time to finish singing and start singing.
I need some footage of that.
I've never dropped it yet, thankfully.
You haven't yet?
No.
Holy, well, you'd be barred if you do. You know that.
Oh, fucking hell.
I mean, the guys at the station, the bar staff love you. The karaoke guys love you, but they tolerate you more than they love you.
They don't like me touching their equipment all that often.
That's because you're swinging around. But
Never
in
dropped
all
it.
fairness, if they want to just negate the whole issue, tape up the fucking lead.
Yep.
There's no problem.
I might start taking
Have you seen Phil Anselmo's fucking microphone?
taped up like a motherfucker.
Have a squiz. That's why I used to do it at House of Steel back in the day, because I knew you couldn't rip the fucking lead out.
Yeah.
So I never had to go at singers because they could.
Do what they want to.
Do you remember that band who fucking he'd spew on stage, and it was all about how powerful he was? You remember that? Oh, we'll do that next time. It was fucking weird.
I'd love to delve into a House of Steel special with Doing.
Cool, that'd be fun. Yeah, fuck yeah. Well, yeah, we're gonna have Dan on the show
Yeah, we
fucking
were.
a while back, but
I had
everything fell
I had a
through.
family emergency.
Yeah. I didn't. I didn't have a family.
Yeah. Can't get near egg with no ear, can you?
Fuck me.
Right, we're
Oh,
going to
yeah,
go have
shit,
some
go.
tomato. It's fantastic to be back.
Fuck yeah, man. It's
we'll-
been good, dude.
See you soon with some special guests.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
Till then, fuck off.